so late. You might be able to hear that noise. Oh, the colour. All right there. Took a day off. Hungover. Not pleasant, that. So while I'm sorting out a little bit of colour in my cheeks, all digital. Oh, hello, mate. What's going on there? Let's open that up a little bit. I know without the T-shirt, it's a little bit sensual. So we've gone to this bar. It was Chinese New Year, which is a bit of a thing out here, obviously, because they all take the piss out of any opportunity to have a nice time. So took the missus out for dinner. Oh, she said, "Oh, I'll have a glass of red wine." So I said, "Well, I'll have a mojito." Woo. Now this was about 9:30 at night, and then of course once you've got Uno mojito inside our view, I said, "Should we go? Do you fancy going? Should we go and get drunk and play pool?" And she went, "Yeah." So took to this. It's a very nice bar. It is a barang bar. It's like a bar for expats. You get plenty of Cambodian women in there though, with no clothes on, which isn't that pleasant. Of course, I'm against women feeling sexy in public, because that surely can't do anything for their morale. You know, actually experiencing the attraction of the opposite sex, you know, that's just terrible for them. I saw it time and time again. Strange men just going up to them. Do you want a drink? Would you like a drink? Sitting down, asking them where they're from, what do they do, what sort of music do they like, getting into conversations. You know, I saw loads of that. Awful. You know, and the men were, just because the men were attracted to them, and, you know, that they were, just because those men felt like they could engage in a semiotic kind of language of signs and symbols that have developed over millennia, you know, it's just not on. You know, those girls who've dolled themselves up and gone to a salon and put their hair extensions in and have got their little skinny waists out, they just wanted to sit down on their own. They just wanted to sit down and have a quiet drink, tapping their fingers on the table. Horrible to see. Sexual dimorphism. It's a disgrace. And thank God that's gone from England. I mean, I see it out here, you know, again, like I say, time and time again. And they were laughing. They were laughing, giggling. A couple of them left together. I mean, do you know what I mean? Shocking to see. Absolutely shocking. So that was a little bit disappointing. I then said to the barman, I said to her, "Mrs. what do you want?" She said, "I'll have another." It's quite sweet. She calls it Fed Fine. And I haven't corrected her for the lols. Because she tries to order it sometimes and she goes, "Fed Fine." And I'm always sitting there thinking, 70-30 is going to get this. And they'll go, "Red wine?" She'll go, "Yeah, Fed Fine." I go, "Okay." And then I said, "I'll go a mojito." And he said, "I've only got the strawberry and basil." And I was like, "Oh, no." So listen to this, right? My strawberry and basil mojito. And there's none of that optics nonsense. This is just... this is the alcohol. Hang on, I'm sure I had something else I was doing. Oh, I better stop pouring. That was $1.50, so about £1 in English money, right? And as he brought them to the table, he said, "Oh, it's happy hour, by the way, so you've got another one of those each in the wood." So for 2 mojitos, £1 English pound. I said to him, "When does the happy hour stop?" And he went, "No, it's just Mondays." So I ended up having about 8 of those for about £4 English pounds. And I was shafted, absolutely shafted. Then we went to another bar that my mate runs, which is really, it's a bit too cool for school, but it's kind of cool for that reason. All the women are sort of a little bit more, you know, a little bit more cool. And it's Smokesville. And everyone's just swapping bits of bud and that. And I was like, "Hey, Nicholas," to the landlord. And I gave him most of my crop because I stopped smoking, didn't I? I said, "Can you just roll me one?" He went, "Yeah, all right." So there, me and the missus are on that. Talk to loads of people. Listen to this. Talk to a bloke who comes from Sweden. He'd had enough of Sweden. We got into the reasons why he'd had enough of Sweden. I don't know if you could maybe guess a few of what they were, but there was also a few other interesting ones, which I might talk about another time. And excuse me. He had a look what money he had left, invested most of it. He got a little bit of a payoff at work. You know, they said to him, they said, if you take voluntary redundancy, we'll give you a few grand, because they were looking to lay people off. They'd warned them, and he said, well, look, if you're looking at laying people off, I'm quite happy to go. If you know, and they nice, invested that, ISA, free trade. That was done well on that. And he said, I just told myself I'll make it work. He landed here with about $2,000. Laptop, got busy, got a job working remotely. That's it. He's absolutely sorted. He's working for a couple of American companies, working remotely, getting American wages, spending at Cambodian prices. And I said, turned out nice. He said, yeah, I'm not leaving. He said, why? Why would I? I said, no, I'm kind of there. Talked to loads of different people. A nice night out. Came home, said to the missus, should we watch a movie? And she was like, and so I got the big bean bag. We've got like a big double bean bag. There's the double bean bag there. And put a couple of big pillows under one end of it. They're the big pillows there. See the stripy one? So made like a sort of a reclining, like the hands of the Lord were gently cupping our intoxicated experience. And the last thing I remember is getting the control and going, how does this work? And I woke up the next day in bed going, oh, this isn't good. This isn't good at all. I have to say, though, the headache wore off by about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I went for a walk. Always good to go for a walk with. I don't have hangovers. I never really drink that much. That was like a special occasion. It was an accident, really. You know, I don't drink. I'll have a couple of gins or whatever, or a cocktail here and there, the occasional Fed fine. But, you know, I'll go like a couple of months without having just one or two. But as soon as he said, I've got one in the fridge waiting for you, I was like, this isn't going to go well. And I think at one point he gave us a free one as well. He gave us another free one. He was shit-faced, the landlord, as most landlords are. I'm yet to meet a landlord who's run a drinking establishment for more than like 5 years who isn't a confirmed alcoholic. I just don't think you can do it. Prove me wrong. I'm sure someone can. So it was an accident. And went for a walk, got some food in me, got over the existential crisis, of course, because as anyone will know, when you're 45 and over, a hangover isn't just it's a little bit like, what's happened to me? Who have I become? What am I? Who am I? They're not questions you want to ask when your body's hurting. So it was wonderful. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. But I took a day off, and I did, and I thought I'll do some work. Late on in the night, I was like, no, do some work on your novel. No, make a video, maybe stream. And I just thought, mate, you can do nothing. Do nothing. Meditated for about 30 minutes, which sorted me out a treat. What did I do then? And then I watched a movie. I can't remember what it was. What was it? Oh, yeah, Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2. It was, it was that kind of night. I just sort of was like, This is fun to watch. He just done that to them people. And there you go. So that's why we didn't get any streamage yesterday. Now there's another excuse. While I have got a few clips and I have got a few memes, and Rags, bless him, did sort out hundreds of clips over the last few days, I've only got about 4 to show you, because when I had it all ready, and then just as I was about to get it all sorted, the angle grinder kicked in. You might be able to hear that now. I've tried to close some windows. And then I had a delivery come, FedEx. Now, mainly work stuff, but I also ordered 2 electric toothbrushes, right? Because my one's 5 years old, and it's actually slower than brushing by hand now. And I wanted to get my missus one. They only sent us one. Now, here's why that's a real pain in the ass. I know eBay, they'll send me the other one, but I have to wait till another parcel from work comes. That could be 5, 6, 7 weeks. I can't expect work to FedEx me a fucking toothbrush. I have to wait till there's a sensible amount of work stuff to FedEx over and go chuck that toothbrush in. So him fucking it up. Now, if that's all the problems I've got in life, I'm all right with it. But these things are relative. If you've got nothing else going wrong but that's your... It's a nightmare. Where's my fucking toothbrush now? Do I keep the toothbrush and say to my missus, I don't know what happened to your one? No, I don't. I give her that one. Of course I give her that one. She'll be over the moon. And it'll stop her using mine as well. So where are we? Oh, we've hit 100. Let's get the grift out of the way. Grift. Grifting's usually quite good after a couple of days off. It isn't, but I'm trying to put that in your mind. Do you know what I mean? Because no one's donated in a couple of days. No doubt you've been saving. You thought, well, I was going to give old Danger Trap a Lady Godiva to do. Is that what? It's an ant. I thought there was something telling me to click it. It wasn't. Unless it was. Imagine it was an ant and it was actually saying, click me, click me. I always want to be clicked. I want to join the digital world. I want to become the virtual existence you people are in. Did anyone see Salty Cracker's last stream? Fucking brilliant. It was so good. So good. It was so good. I was cracking up. He went on some amazing rants. So good. What did he say at one point? He said, meme them till they cry, then make memes about them crying. No, if you haven't seen it, if you don't know Salty Cracker, I sometimes feel like his PA, his PR and his PA, PA, that's not right. Warten, Snishnaken, warten, have it. Thank you, Raymond. It's very kind of you. Very kind. Baz says, yes. Oh, you saw it, did you, Baz? Yeah, it was something else, wasn't it? I mean, the stream, his re-streams are always high quality, but the last one, I just thought he had a lot of material to work with, in fairness. There's been a lot going on, but man, he's on fire. I think he's right at the top of his game at the moment. He had something like 60,000 people watching him on Rumble or something stupid, taking thousands of dollars every 10 minutes. And as he deserves, you know, it was quite something. Sorry about the angle grinder. Tell me if you can hear that racket or if it's a ruiner. Hello, thank you, Raymond. Seriously, though, jokes aside. He certainly has got good energy. He talks about energy as well, doesn't it? Did you see the energy on that? I just saw. Hello, dual citizen. Nice to see you. Lovely. Yeah. Hello, bang bus driver. Are you new in these parts? Nice to see you. Was what good, marzipan? Oh, you're talking to Steve, I'm guessing. Well, I watch Salty Cracker on ODYSEE, so I don't really know too much about Rumble, but you see the Rumble rants. Hello, historical doppelganger. Nice to see you. Galang crumbs in the keyboard. You want ants because that's how you get ants. I haven't had ants for a long time, actually. When you get them, you know you've got them, but I haven't had them. It might be a seasonal thing. This is the season of the ant, yeah. Must be the season of the ant. Oh, shit. Excuse my English. Vartan. I haven't even done the bloody grift. Captain Packer Raggedy Fags has come in. John B came in slick and deceptive. Hello, John. Nice one. Thanks for that. Machano Caprasha Tutti. Captain Packer Raggedy Fags. Gonna make a brew. Don't start the show yet. I'm not gonna. We'll start shortly, though. Hello, Paul. Nice to see you. Nice. Hang on a minute. What's going on here? I'm getting all sorts of things coming at me like a second sense. John Francis drops an entropy. Hang on a minute. Where's my Paint Shop Pro Volume ZX Spectrum 48K? There it is. What took it so long? I forgot to play a video and I'm a bit pissed. Do I save it for tomorrow? No, I don't. Right. John's made this somewhat complicated for me. Has anyone guessed who today's thumb scrub nail is? I'll show you it again in a minute. But first of all, let's see what John said. He says this. He says 666 monies. Hello, vo pop. En case que you fludge flayada obsada papstick. Take a pace of passion. It's absurd. Good vid. Enjoyed. Thanks as always. Thank you, John Francis. I like to take a pace of passion. It's absurd. Good vid. Thank you, John. Hoita. Right. It is not. Leon, Plastic African, has been on this channel so many times. That's got to be a joke. Anglosaurus really wants a bacon sarnie with brown sauce. I love a bacon sarnie, but it's ketchup. We've been here before. Let's not go there again. It got very heated, especially when I told the story that I got the job doing the brown sauce advert and turned it down. Didn't even have to audition. They just give it to me. My agent said they just want you to do it. And I just went, that would have been about 10 grand in the bag. But I was a stand-up comedian at the time. And I was an aggressive stand-up comedian. And you can't be an aggressive stand-up comedian when someone in the audience goes, yeah, HP brown sauce turns a sandwich into a manwich, you can't. And I go, what have I become? But if brown sauce is what you like, go for it. It's weird. I always used to like the brown. Lil Bullet got a nice loads of subscriptions off us the other day when I put his new channel up. It is not Manny Moo. No. It's a weird one, actually, because he's always here, nearly always here, but it's not Jord, tends to say, John Francis, I want to thank you for that donation, by the way. Let me just get this grift sorted out, and then we can start. What? So, no, you be quiet. No. Right, let's put this up there. Let's put that up there. Oh, this was weird. When I was out and drunk the other night, Pinner, it's done. I think it's done. I might have put Son of Max's brown sugar comment up there. No, we're good. I talked to this bloke the other day. He had like a London accent. I went, where are you from, mate? No, I said to him something like, I said, there's a lot of English in here today. He went, I'm not English. I went, oh, apologies. And then he went, really weird language. And I went, Hungarian? He went, no, Jersey. One in the chat, if you knew Jersey at its own. I didn't know that. The geezer's fluent in it as well. And he said all his family are. Say and search. One in the chat if you knew there was a... It's not Mega Essex Boy in the... We've all seen Mega Essex Boy. It's not Sufist. It's a weird one. He's always here, but he kind of says, hello. Hello. All right, Scrubs. He's not really... But he's always here. You'll know him when I say him. Hello, name Lindsay Knorr. Hello, Lumi. No, I didn't. Let's see if we can find some. Let's see if he was winding me up. Speaking Jersey. I hope someone doesn't come on with a jumper that starts talking. Hello, Grim. Hello, Ben. Nice to see you. Hello. Nice to see you, Zen Maverick. Zen Maverick sent another photo in. Hang on a minute. I thought you'd already been on. Have you not already had a thumbnail shot, Zen? Is Zarbo? No, it's not Zarbo. Good call, though, John. Good Vartan. It's not Wolfie. Did someone said they made contact with Wolfie? Am I right about that? Little Bullet. Hey, boss. Hoyt Scrubs. Thanks for the shout. Looks like I'm not the only one who likes Marilyn Monroe. Little Bullet, as I said to you in the email, give it 2 or 3 months. Get some more content on there. Email me and I'll shill it again. Fair enough, innit? There's no point doing it again now because people start getting a bit, they're dead to it because I've done it the other day. But I certainly will. Thanks for the Lady Godiva as well. Kajetel says, I didn't know that, but strangely by the sounds you made, I would have guessed Dutch. And apparently it's some kind of Dutch-like language. In fairness, I was shit-faced, so he could have gone, which is strangely Dutch. As a touch of the Dutch. And he got £2 to the pound there, £2 there for the touch Dutch, £10 there, Dutch. Come on, Scrubs, we want to know, we've got to find out what a Dutch touch is. I know what a Dutch touch is. It's when you go down, but you go too far down because you're drunk and it's a bit like poo. Sorry. Hello, Otto. Nice to see you. Hello, European housewife. Always a pleasure. Where else are we going? Oh, Baz says it's old Saxon. Hurdy-gurdy. Hello, John Palmer. Nice to see you. Hello, what's the name? Is he here now? He is here, but he came and went. Well, he didn't leave, but he's certainly here. Ooh, now don't just go through the list and say them all. Or you can. Not really my place to tell you what to do in the chat. It's the glorious House of Scrubs. Hang on a minute. Whoa. Yes, it is. 55 in the chat. Happy birthday, my boy Tom. Amazing. I always celebrate a birthday. Boing. There you go. 55. Happy birthday, my boy Tom. It's not Grim. It's not Chris. Right. Chris is a bloody lady. Hello, Wendy. Nice to see you. Wendy, have a look for another toothbrush. I got 2 of those electric toothbrushes and only one arrived. I don't think it's your fault. It might be. Not fault, but, your other half. Don't know what he's doing half the time. I know you're listening, you cheeky boy. But I only got 1. Everything else came through, though. Medical devices. So thank you for that. And that's the fastest it's ever arrived. But I ordered 2 of those electric toothbrushes. Only got 1. It's not John Enoch. No, it isn't. There you go. Happy birthday, my boy Tom. I hope you have a nice one, mate. Hello, Telford. Good to see you. All right, Nick. Right, anyway, how to speak Jersey. I don't know whether this is real Jersey or not. Do we reckon this is real? I'll have a little listen and we'll see.
Steve Trevelise from New Jersey 101.5.
No, that's fucking New Jersey, America. Jersey language. Yeah, but what? There's all going to be New Jersey, isn't it? Oh, Gervais. It's Jersey. Gervais speaker interviewed in French. I don't know what's going on here. Guernese. Do you know about this, Lumi? Guernese. It's called Guernesers or something.
The Guernsey language. Guernsey. Numbers? Yen, dine, trade, cut.
No, that's Guernsey. Oh, I don't know whether he was from Guernsey or Jersey. Do you know what? Fuck it. I don't know anymore. But look into it. No, I'm sure he said Jersey. But Journeys does sound familiar. Anyway, look into it. Hello, there are four lights. No, it wasn't. Definitely wasn't Cornish. Anyone noticed I've had to put me RDA on there? Burnt both my coils. One, because Jer told me to boil it. He didn't. He said, put it in boiling water. So I thought, put it in a pan of boiling water. And the other one, I put it in this thing locks, but I didn't lock it. And I put it in my bag and it turned it up to 200 watts. And I went, and I sing a song of shit and talk. And that was that one gone. So it's not gurning. I will show you the picture one more time. Not that it wasn't Gypsy, it wasn't Romany, it wasn't Traveller dialect. It wasn't Pictish neither. Right. Hang on a minute. Ian, honestly, mate, trust me. Here's why they're better for me. It was using a third of the oil, twice the flavour, a third of the juice, twice the flavour, and every time I dropped it on my bed, I didn't end up with a big orange circle. And the big orange circle. And, you know, I really liked that tank. I really liked it. So, you know, whatever's good. I used to not like. It isn't dislike button. Good call, though. Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's got a lock. It's got a lock issue. It isn't high tower. Let's have another look at it, and then I'll tell you. I didn't think anyone would get this one, and that's no reflection on the fella it is. It's just, I mean, he's long time scrub without a doubt, but he comes in, says hello. He ain't got as much mouth as the rest of you. That's all. But wait till I'll also tell you how old he is, which will blow your minds. I mean, it's a bit difficult with me on the screen, you know, setting him back a while. Here he is. Here's today's scrub nail. It's not Mouse Cat. Right, there he is. There's our lad. Now, I did have to up the contrast and the brightness, which weirdly makes him look a bit older. But you have to do that because otherwise it's just grey. I mean, look at my photo there. It's, you know, it's basically two-tone. It's not MC Dub Power. I ain't seen him for a while. It's not just Sean. Hello, Vincent, by the way. It's not picking gas. That geezer in that photo is 54 years old. 54 years old. When I was a kid, 54-year-old people walked around with a Danny Mac on and a hunched back and a roll-up stuck to their top lip. It's not Tige. We've seen Pax Max countless times. Well, no, we've already had Pick and Gaz. It's not LC350. Right. Yeah, it's pretty good going, isn't it? Pretty good, isn't it, Steve? For 54, is it Lord Lucan? Right. It's not Raymond Piper. Another good guess, though. Right, I'm going to tell you. Packer's been on this bloody channel so many times. Packer looks like Eric Clapton. Right, ready? Would the real Scrub Now feature photo? It's not Colt Python. It's not Anglo-Saxon. He's not here either, is he? That's a shame. It's not Eunice. Come on. He does look fit and athletic. Look, gutted. Damn it. Well, the real, I wonder, he might not even be watching. Oh, no, I already see him. He already said hello to me. Go on, show yourself. No, we've seen Mega Essex Boy here countless times. Hello, Lee. It's not Martina Navratilova, no. Hello, Buster Brook. No, we've had Lord Lucan. It's not Jack London. That's a good call, though. There you go. It's old Paul Salmon. Nice one, Paul. Thanks for sending that. John Francis says it could be me. Imagine you if he didn't know. It isn't Troy Tempest. Fucking looking good for 54, old Paul Salmon. Look, being likened to 80s sex bomb Luke Goss. Incredible. Incredible for 54. Looks very much like my old tutor as well. Look at Andrew. Andrew nails it. Paul Salmon, good scrub now, looking healthy. Yeah, great stuff. It's not Shelf Bang Studios. It's not. It's not you. The Salmon, says King Corona. Yeah, that's for the old people. Yeah, I think we should have a P for Paul. P for Paul. Nice one, Paul. Thanks for sending that in. You're looking absolutely excellent for 54, mate. Oh, not even for 54. I mean, if I was a young lady, I'd make a pie or something sensible. There you go. Look at all those. Everyone's having a pee. Can I have a pee, please? I can't even say it, so I won't bother. Right, the show is going to start shortly, but I meant to play you something, and I fucking forgot. And I meant to start the show with it. So hang on.
It's the Dangerfield Show.
Right. I actually meant to start the show with this, which is a little bit gutting, because obviously I've still got my Will Self video up. Very interesting Will Self video. I'll get onto that in a minute. Very interesting. Kind of mind-blowing, actually. We all know Self is a lefty, but whoa. And I will be talking to him about that. I'll tell you what, it'd be fucking great if I could get him on. I think I'll wait until I'll wait until after I've asked him to write something on the front of my novel first. Right. So Shane, you know Shane, he showed us around his house, the American chap, plays guitar. Not only did he sing an introduction to the Glorious House of Scrubs stream, but he done it in the style of a Dangerfield song, the old two chord songer, and he nails it. I like most of my songs are two chords. It's just the way I roll. I do know more than two chords. I just don't like using them. So check this out from Shane. I'll have to set up the old headphones and all that. So at this time, just yes, Will Self was on Shooting Stars. Wasn't his finest moment though. I think he just needed some money. He's certainly a better writer than he is Shooting Stars performer. Right. No, that's not true. C sharp minor, preferably, and then usually an A. Mousecat says, "Is Will Self? If Will Self is that intelligent, why is he still a lefty? Most grow out of it by 40 years old." Well, I'll talk to you about this video in a minute. I might even show you some clips. How comes you've watched this? Has he uploaded it onto his channel? Bloody bastard. Anyway, check this out. Oh, hang on, I've still got to do this. Don't worry, the show's going to start in the morning. I haven't even sorted out the grift. Come on, people. I haven't been here for days. Skin. I'm starving. I haven't eaten. Actually dying. You killed me. That Dangerfield. Oh, the legendary Dr. Rackpool's coming on. Yeah. Yes. The legendary Dr. Rackpool is coming on this channel. I'll show you that in a minute. Why have we got a 2 going on? What's the big 2? What's the big 2? Is it just for my chords? Oh, no, I like it. I thought it was my 2 chords. Narcissism. Oh, is everyone celebrating my 2 chords? Anyway, you should have audio. If I've got all this set up right. This is Shane writing an introduction. I'll use it in the proper time tomorrow. Right, let's just make sure it's all set up incorrectly so it doesn't work. Right, that's good. Hopefully you'll have audio.
It's the danger-filled show, everybody, here we go. It's the danger-filled show, everybody, let's go. UK time.
Wicked.
So get your drinks poured and get your pipes packed, cause Dangerfield's coming, so hide your crack. Just kidding. All the time.
Awesome pastiche of the master. Incredible stuff. Thank you, Shane. I'll actually use it in the proper time another time. So hide your crack was just kidding. He said it though, didn't he? He said just kidding. If I do come around, do hide your crack though, because I fucking hate this stuff. And as soon as other people start using it, it's time for me to go. Done more damage to me, that stuff did in a year than the smack did in 25. Yeah, he's nailed it, hasn't he? Hello, Gaffney. Nice to see you. There are 4 lights, says, wish I could sing. You can. Do you know why you can't? If you think you can't, because you haven't practiced. Honestly, just practice. And you'll get better at it. There you go. But you will be able to. I know that I sometimes deliberately fuck about with my voice, but I've also got my songs that are, beautifully pitched. You've heard New Shoes. It's got, it's all over the place, beautiful. But I didn't used to be able to do that. Paul Mumford taught me how to do it, and then had to go at me for copying him. Yeah, hello, our pal. Yeah, it's hell. You'll remember the heroin scene. I remember it, everyone helping everyone out. You got your gyro, sweet, I'll buy you a couple of bags. When you get your gyro, get us a couple in, no problem. Crack arrives, everyone for themselves. Awful. It was awful. Knive one, Shane. That was excellent. Right, where are we going? What else have I got for you? A couple of light-hearted ones. Oh, man, the damn grift. Let me just get it out of the way. I'll keep it short. Hi! Here's how you can support this channel with a bit of filthy lucre. Top link in the description. Become a member. Private streams for all strata. If you join the top strata, you can watch them all. They'll be happening this month. I'll be doing a 2-hour stream for each strata. But because you pay more as you go up, I'll probably do longer for the more expensive ones, because that's capitalism and that's how it works. That's one way. Super chat is the $sign at the bottom of the YouTube chat. However, if you want to donate and not give anything to YouTube, you can use Entropy. I've pinned 2, 3, 4 pinner the Entropy link to the top of the chat. Make it easy for you. This isn't my full-time job. Fucking feels like it half the time. Know what I mean? Is that your spine danger? No, it's my penis. But I do appreciate the donations. Without them, I wouldn't stream as much as I did because I couldn't justify it not working. But you're a very generous bunch, and there's no such thing as a free lunch. Despise the free lunch. I quoted that on Getter yesterday. Yeah. Who said it? I think it was Henry Miller. John Cocteau? Who the fuck said it? Anyone bother reading my Getter can tell me? Bullets dropped another lady in. Pichown. Who recommended the movie Mother 2017? I've had it in my collection for ages, but have not watched it. Wow! It's one seriously menacing movie. Oh, there you go. Maybe I'll check that out. Maybe I will. Cheers, little bullet. Appreciated. I'll have a look at Mother too. I think Lindsay might have suggested Mother to me. Lindsay's watching this now going, No, I didn't. You've ignored all the movies I've told you. And I haven't, actually. I've done a review of Angst. I've just got to chop in some clips from the trailer. And I fell asleep watching Angst, though, and I've left it in the not gonzo review of it. Anyway, let's get... thank you, little bullet, for that. Let's get back down to business. Let's have a look at Dr. Rackpool. Now, we've seen Dr. Rackpool on this channel before. We've seen him when he had more local business. We saw him when he had to get some boys down to Brixton. Well, I dropped a little invite. Dropped a little invite into his comment section, and then when I started watching his stream this morning to see to get some wisdom and intellect, see what the legend had to say today, you can imagine mine's surprise when this is what I heard. It's only about a 25-second clip. Here we go.
Yes, people, Dr. Rackpool, London's finest. Just a quick update. I'm going to be appearing on 2 podcasts in a not too distant future. One with fighting trolls. We're still ironing out the details. Not quite sure when that's going to be. Maybe next week. And one this weekend with a fella called Dangerfield. You know, so I haven't ironed out the date as to that one yet neither. But once I've got more information...
Oh, mate, that's going to be this weekend. Don't you worry about that. The legendary Dr. Rackpool. Yeah. I'll tell you what. And I'll tell you what. I'll be honest with you. I want to know what's going on. I want to know about him. I want to know what the Lieutenant Lark is. I want to know what all that is about. I want to know about this YouTube hard man community thing that's formed. He's coming up. Be nice to him. Be nice, Scrubs. I don't have to say that. But yeah, I'm so happy. I'm glad you noticed that. It is a live one. Yeah, I reckon. Hello, if you're watching The Legend, look how many people in the chat are absolutely over the moon that you're coming on. It's going to be brilliant. Yeah, so that'll be amazing. And you know what I'm like, you know, every time Boris comes on, we have to delete it because I dig too deep. And then Boris goes, I'd rather you delete that video. I wanted to come on for a chat and you ended up asking me why I'm scared of women. So, you know, I will dig deep. I'm sure the legend can handle it and we'll find out what's going on. Yes, John Palmer. I knew it'd go down well. Be an interesting stream. Now, while we're on guests who are coming on, I think it's this Sunday. I'm just waiting for him to confirm. Do you remember we had Jeffrey Sharla come on? The bloke who wrote the book, Addiction is a Choice. Do you remember him? Looks like Father Christmas. It was an absolutely cracking stream where we talked about addiction with a professor it's been half of his life's work. Remember Jeff Sharla? A brilliant stream. And he absolutely loved a lot of you. And it was amazing. You were all so engaged in what he said. Well, he's coming on this time, not to talk about addiction, but his other pet hate, psychiatry, your mental health issues, your bipolar, your ADHD, the whole I've told you a lot. I after meeting Jeffrey, because we ping back emails all the time, he's a mate now. He's just a mate now. I hope you enjoyed that profile gullet shot. He's going to come on because I'm with him. I don't believe in psychiatry. When psychiatry invented itself overnight, when they went, oh, we need to make a load of money by lying about people. When they went to when they went to psychologists and psychotherapists and doctors and that, and they said, yeah, we've invented this thing called psychiatry, yeah. So you need to put all these new illnesses we've invented into your books, yeah. Well, every other facet of the medical world went, how about cunt? Now, excuse my English, but I swear less so that it's got more gravitas. Everyone said no. They said, no, you've made, hello, Patanga and Kipperbang. They went, no, you've made this stuff up. We don't trust you. We don't believe in them. So Psychiatry made the DSM. And it's called the DSM. They made their own book because no one else would have their lies. Jeffrey Sharler wrote Addiction is a Choice because addiction is seen as a mental health disease. We all know the disease model of addiction. And in it, Jeff Sharler has dedicated his life to debunking psychiatry. He says the DSM is a great book. He says it's a wonderful book of fiction. Actually, his line. And in his debunking of psychiatry, he stumbled on addiction. And it's all in the DSM, of course. Oh, addiction, it's a disease where, I'm cooking up. Oh, that disease. Oh, hang on a minute, filter. Oh, hang on. Come on. And so that's why he wrote Addiction is a Choice. It's the only way to explain it. But psychiatry and the debunking therein is his big thing. So we'll get him in because I've done a lot of reading I've read a lot of Jeff Sharler's stuff on psychiatry. So when I get him in, we'll take it from the bottom. I'll say, Jeffrey, what's the problem with psychiatry? And then just let the mad dog loose. And it'll be fascinating because he's fascinating. And the geezer was on 120 mils of methadone. When he wrote Addiction is a Choice, everyone was like, yeah, you don't know what it's like. They put him on 120 mil for back pain. And he went, I've had enough of this. Rattled it, got off it. So when people go, yeah, you don't know what it's like, he goes, if you detox 120 mil of meth. No. And he survived cancer last year. Yeah. He wrote to me and went, sorry, I've been a bit busy with cancer. I was like, hey? He went, oh, yeah, I've got cancer. I was like, sorry to hear that. He went, I'll be all right. He went, it's moved on a lot from what it used to be. But he's in his late 60s. And, got over it. Worked. Had a couple of bifters, he said. Yeah, that ain't easy to come off, is it? But he said that. Someone said something that I just need to... someone said Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud was a psychoanalyst, not a psychiatrist. They're very different fields. You are still, of course, free to call Sigmund Freud a fraud. I wouldn't. I think it's incredible. It's a different field. It's fucking madness. I mean, let's not get into it, but they just give it out. That 100 milligrams of methadone you're giving me ain't working. Fuck off. That would kill a small town. Of course it's working. You just want more. Why? To sell and buy heroin with. Hang on a minute. Someone just said something very interesting. Oh, wow. Cro-Magnon. Hello, mate. Don't think I said hello. Psychology was my original degree program. Till I realised everyone in my class and my teachers were crazy, and not one old psychologist I agree with. All have issues with their ways, shall I say. Well, it's not psychology, though. Sharler's thing is, psychology, it's a simple contraction of psych, mind, ology, study of the mind. That isn't psychiatry. Psychiatry is the invented realm of mental health. And it isn't a thing. It's lies. It's like ADHD. It's lies. There's no attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. There's attention deficit. And that's why they get cured when they get on the tablets. Why? Because they've made enough noise, they've broken enough windows, they've cut enough girls' ponytails off to start getting attention. Yeah. And their parents give them a bit more attention, take them to doctors, take them to shrinks, do this. The school gives them more attention, because they've now got this disorder. Oh, and then it's treated. And you want to fucking hope it gets treated before they get the fucking Ritalin in. Ugh, then it gets really bad. Who wants to be drugging our children? No, I don't believe any of it. It's an absolute fraud. That's amazing. I totally respect your honesty, and that goes along with Jeff Sharla's thing. Grim says, I've dropped all the way down to no methadone last summer, but I didn't like being clean, so I'm back on methadone for now. I think that's fine. I think that's absolutely fine. If you're functioning, there's the constipation issue, but if you drink plenty of water and you watch your diet, you can sort that out, no problem. You know, I get sick of junkies going, oh, it constipates you, doesn't it? I'm like, no, it doesn't. Heroin never constipated me because I made sure I had a decent diet and plenty of water. They'd be like, oh, it's like shitting baby poo. I go, yeah, but you've had a ring donut and a pack of crisps this week and nothing else. What do you think you're going to shit? Anyway, if you've made a choice, Grim, not a problem at all. Yeah, you make your peace with it if that's what you wanted to do. Yes, Crow, exactly that. Yeah, it's not a disease. It's not a disorder. It doesn't need treating. They need some attention. Weirdly, most kids do. It's weird like that, isn't it? Choppa, cheap. Right, I've got some other things with you. I make sure I have days without methadone so I can poop. Yeah, but hasn't it got an half-life of like 36 hours? You're going to need 2 days. Well, no, actually, what am I saying? You've just told me that. I shall believe you. That's better. Right, where are we? Warten. Bullets dropping them like bombs. Boom! Psychology is the ability to weigh people up. Well, is it? It's just, it's such a broad field. It's the study of the mind. Psychology. It's a broad field. But I think clinical psychology is the ability to weigh people up. That's when you actually have a clinic, when you actually work with someone and they come in and go, oh, I'm in terrible troubles. Everyone's looking at me. And you go, they're not. They're too busy thinking about themselves. Right. Yes. Codeine and dihydrocodeine will fill you with cement, whatever you eat. I absolutely agree. It's weird, isn't it? I think codeine is weirdly, of course, in opium, there's other analogs that stop the constipation. So what they should really do is isolate that, and when they're cleaning it up to extract the morphine and then the heroin, leave that in it. Oh yeah, welcome to the How to Make Heroin Better show. Cole says, what do you think of introvert extrovert? I think they're people who have social interactions that don't necessarily run with the norm. And that's all. Because if you had 100 introverts in a room and one person who wasn't an introvert, who's the one with the problem there? Who's the weirdo? Who's the one that's got a problem? Who needs treating? Because that's all psychiatry does. It tries to make everyone normal. And this is what Jeff Sharla will tell you about. And the problem with them trying to make everyone normal is there's a power imbalance. We've just had the coup. You can see what the medical world can do when they've got a bit of power. Well, when you start telling people, no, you're not normal. No, we're going to make you normal. All right, according to what fucking charts? Right, I want to show you a couple of videos. Jack London sent me one. It was so good. It's so short and so good, but it had copywritten music. So I had to put some other music on it, and by the sounds of it, it didn't work. Oh, yes, it did. But it was a bit of my own music, and there's a couple, because I haven't got a quantizer or anything like that, there's a couple of jumps in the music, but it's not about the audio. Jack London sent me this, and it was called something like Pills on a Burner. And I thought, what is this? Some kind of codeine extraction technique I'm unaware of. I thought, hang on, I don't like this sort of thing. I know everything about opiates. I will not be threatened with something I don't know about. Luckily, it wasn't. It was something better. Have a look at this, Raymond. I'm on that. Hello, Spybot. Have a look at this from Jack London. I'll get it on the old full screen. I don't know what they are. They look like paracetamol, but who knows? Atisomorphin? Right. Do this. Anyone who says they remind me of those old indoor fireworks gets no points. I don't know if we've done I don't know if I've got the audio sorted. Here we go. Have a look at this. Pills on a Burner. Now what you do a poo, look. That's real poo. I mean, it was trippy and exciting, and then it ended in real poo. And I think it's fair to say anything that ends in real poo, I don't know, if it ends in real poo, stop it. Raymond Piper, thank you, mate, for the Lady Godiva. Watched 5 Mio Toad. What the hell? Okay, licking the toads. Nah, I'm done with drugs really like that. I mean, I'm a sedative kind of guy. You know, I like to not know who I am. Someone suggested I should call my novel How to Love Nobody, which is a title I gave him years ago. But I used it in one of my shorts. There was another title suggested the other day. What was that? Oh, Lumi, what's the old story? Is it a picante? I don't know if that's the fucking flute thing. The old story of the lovable rogue. Picante? Pekingese? 2 for 1 there, down there, near the Pekingese. £2 a pound near the Pekingese. Lumi, you'll know what it is. Tell me what it is, please. Now, have you gone? Have you gone already? That's so rude. Hello, Rufus. It did, though, John. It was a real plot, right? Yeah. It's nice to see you, Mouse Cat. I hope you're all right, son. Shampoo is actually an Indian word. Yeah. Where's Lumi? I thought I'd know that. Not here. Picadillo. Is that it? I don't think that is it. Might be. That sounds wrong, though. Oh, that's some kind of food. No. Picat. No, does that sound anything like what I said? You've wasted everything. Anyway, I can't remember. No, I'm not licking toads for tripping. I saw a couple of people do it on the interwebs, and it looked a little bit aggressive. Oh, what is it? I can't remember. Anyway, so let's just go back. Let's just circle back. We got the legendary Dr. Rackpool almost certainly this weekend, and Jeffrey Sharla almost certainly this weekend. Let me find this damn word. It's an hard one to find because damn. Something like pick. It begins with pick. I think it does. It probably doesn't. This is terrible. I should know this. I was mulling it over the other week. Hang on. Sorry, people. It's a really hard one to look to search for. What are you meant to write? It's kind of it's the literary genre of the sort of lovable rogue, romantic, picante or something. Picantino Chikuchi. Ah, this is so annoying. I can't find it. If anyone can, that would be wonderful. It's not a stock pot, John, but thanks for trying, mate. That's handy. Right, I've got another nice little video here. I think I have. What I mean is I can't actually remember what it is. Oh, yeah, right. So, trigger warning. Actual twig. There's twigs on my fingers. I'm brushing like a witch with no elbows that you can see. Hello, I'm that bloke on YouTube who does this sort of thing. Is it a picaresque? That sounds like it. That's it. Oh, come on, you bastard. Yes. We come from the land of the ice and snow, and picaresque stories come and go. Unto of the dream, we drive our ships to new lands, sing and come. I am coming. Thank you. Picaresque patong was the suggestion. Picaresque patong or patong picaresque. Well done. Why didn't I just go straight into Tito? Just because he paints, it doesn't mean he's not wordy. What's picaresque? Well, let's have a look. Picaresque, relating to an episodic style of fiction dealing with the adventures of a rough and dishonest but appealing hero. It's just perfect. Let me read that again. Relating to an episodic style of fiction dealing with the adventures of a rough and dishonest but appealing hero. I tell you what, if you had to sum my novel up in one line, it wouldn't be that one. It would be the endless, unfinished load of old rubbish you'd never want to read. Okay, let's move on. Nice one. But that exactly, Tommy boy. Happy birthday. Happy book name day. Picaresque patong or patong picaresque. Naming books before you finish them is well gay, though. So sorry about that. Right. Anyway, you can't have it. You can't. Oh, there you go, Steve. Oh. Look at that. Mousecat's favourite word. He's spelt incorrectly. It can't be. Is it your favourite because you can't spell it? Oi, double blunder. Double blunder. Lightning thunder. Words and purds. I tried to get purds in. Purds don't mean anything. Hi. The show will start in a minute. Epistemology is not spelt with an A. It sounds like it does. So it's an easy mistake to make. It's a lovely word. And what do we oppose epistemology with? Ontology. Ontology being the study of being, whereas epistemology is a study of knowledge. So we can oppose those dialectically. And what do you get out of the mixture of the two dialectically? It's a little blue flower with a picture of Lionel Blair in the middle. Mr. MF is on the firm. He's on the firm. Are you sure there's no nicotine in that vape? I'll tell you what. Today it's I ground down some cornflakes, put in a lizard, and here we are. That's brilliant. Oh, have I got it wrong? Hang on a minute. Have I got it wrong? Is it John hit us with a peculiar? Is it a different thing? Is it I tried to sneak that in. I'll be in all sorts of trouble. Is it a different word? Are you not talking about epistemology? Are you talking about is it someone said it's a study of birds or something? I thought that was ornithology. Oh, you're thinking ontology. Mousecat, are you using epistemology every day? Please do. That would be amazing. Lumi's just telling us what he's fantasizing about. Hello, Daffyd. Bored and flake. I have got a new lizard though. He lives under the fridge freezer. It's fucking massive as well. When I go and stay at the missus' old house in the province, they have the tukais that are about that big. Sometimes they bite your nose. You can't get them off. You have to just sit there with the tukai lizard on your nose until he gets bored and realizes you're no longer a threat. And to do that, you've got to stop moving. And it hurts as well. I've seen people out there just sitting there with a tukai lizard hanging off their nose. Well, not really, because they've got their sticky hands on your face. Red and blue. Red and blue. You know what? Red and blue was one of the best animations I'd ever seen. I loved it. Red was like organic and smudgy. And blue was all mechanical and man-made. And I used to catch it when I was bunking off school when I was about 0 years old. And what I'm going to do is treat you to a bit right now. Let me know if any of you have seen Red and Blue before. It's your classic kind of Eastern European. Have a look at this. This is the Red and the Blue, and this one is the Water Tap, which is actually a classic. I've seen it many times. Let's have a go of it with audio, though, because, you know, if the sound sounds, then it's sounding around. Check it out, Red and Blue. So you know that he's like a smudge, you know, you can see the thumbprints in him. He's a smudge, the red one. More of a smear in this one. He said hurdy-gurdy. John Palmer, did you hear him say hurdy-gurdy? Listen, we'll try it again. Listen for hurdy-gurdy. Pingu's Nightmare, says the funniest man in the chat again. It's like Morph in as much as it's red plasticine, but in that case, you know, that's kind of a broad. Anyway, wait for Blue to come along. He's all angry and mechanical. Lovely. He said medicine. He said medicine. He said medicine. He knew he was on the Glorious House of Scrubs. Check it. Couple of DFs. Go to bed. Hello, Liddy. You get the feeling Blue's going to make an appearance now. Right, so we're just not watching something that I'll get a copyright strike for. Let's meet Blue. Let's introduce you to Blue. See, Blue's more like mechanical.
Anderson? Yes, I haven't understood that.
Absolutely superb. There's loads of them as well. Just type in the red and the blue animation and it'll all be waiting for you. Right, actual trigger warning. An actual trigger warning. I don't know the full. Hello, Osmeister. Nice to see you, my friend. Osmeister says, I understand this more than Joe Biden speaking. Yeah, but in that little 1 minute clip, he said more than Biden has since he took over the communist administration of the United States of Commies. Hello, Smith W. Right. This, yeah, it really is. I'm with you on that, John. I have done. I've watched nothing else but that all my life. That's why when I fall asleep, I go, medicine. Right. An Italian school teacher, I think it is, set himself on fire. Remember the classic shot of the Zen monk, the Buddhist monk, who set himself on fire in the lotus position to protest the Vietnam War, and it was a classic image. Well, someone might be able to correct me, but I think this was an Italian school teacher. No, I tend not to. Yeah, this isn't pleasant to watch. Geezer sets himself on fire. I'm serious. If that's going to upset you, someone might have, someone you know might have been in a similar situation, and I don't want you to have to watch that seriously. If you know, because that would be. Hello, Robert. That would be very unpleasant. Have a look at this. It's not nice. Hello, Taverna. Look at that. To propane the Viet. That's naughty. Have a look at this. But actual, I have to say this for YouTube, but if you're under 18 or 16, don't watch this if you're going to complain. I've warned you enough times. I think he might have put some kind of suit on, though, but it's hard to say. Let's try it again with audio. Yeah, that's the point. You won't be able to unsee this. Oh my God, Linda says that 2 people in Victoria have done this recently. Wow. Oh wow. You're absolutely right. I didn't know that, Vincent. I'm not professing to know that, but once I've seen the name, yeah, I remember it for sure. Gaffney, it's a bit like wish you were here. Someone shake his hand. Here we go. Check it. I just got a donation. I'll be on that after this. Here we go. They can go. Unpleasant, really unpleasant. Did it draw attention to the situation? Undoubtedly. But at a significant cost, I think it's fair to say. Well, Emma, this is what everyone in the comments was saying. You know, those, I think those powder things are for electrical fires. He should have been on the deck rolling around, but I think it was an Italian teacher, but because I had a delivery come, it was a bit of a last minute rush. Hello, Jays. Nice to see you, mate. If someone knows a bit more about it than me, put it in the chat. I think it was hang on. I think it was an Italian school teacher, because of what, you know, mandates. Yeah, Italian teacher. An unidentified man said to be a teacher in Italy has set himself on fire after he was suspended from work for not complying with you know what. Now, that puts a slightly different edge on it, doesn't it? Because maybe that was him done. Tech Roach is a classic example. His life is fucked. Not only has he got it coming at him anyway from life stuff, but all this bullshit, he's looking at losing 2 properties, his job, he's got kids. So that person just thought, for not going along with what they wanted him to go along with, he probably thought, well, that's everything I've worked for, fucked. So I'm done. It's darkness, isn't it? Without a doubt, it's darkness. 1 second, people. 1 second. Okay. Right. Did someone say they made contact with Wolfie? It's been a while, isn't it? Hello, Rags. Yeah, there you go. And he didn't want to comply with them. It's really sad. Let's bugger up a bit. Right, what have I got for you? I think a donation came through. Oh, you cheeky boy, cheeky. Nice one, Mouse Cat. I will have a look at that right now. I got some memes, I got some clips, and then we'll get the show started. How long have I been going for? Far too long, I imagine, already. An hour and 16. We're all right. We're all right. We're all right. It's all right, people. You can calm down. I already worked my business this morning. Oh, yeah. I went to bed at 3 yesterday. Yeah, I was up at 11. I'd eaten by midday. Oh, I was working. Oh, yeah. Laptop at the cafe. Modern guy. I'm just a modern guy. Living in my modern life. You can't touch my modern style unless you want to get a child. Mousecat says, why is it when people set themselves on fire, they don't seem to panic? Pure shock, maybe. What an interesting question. Well, in the case of the classic Vietnamese monk, I imagine he was a master of the meditative, what would you call it? The meditative state. So he was prepared. In the case of that fella, when David Foster Wallace killed himself, he wrote a note and he said, when people jump out of buildings or hang themselves, it's not that they're not scared of doing that. They're as scared as you or I of doing those things. But they're more scared of other stuff that's going on. So that's quite an interesting take on it. So that geezer was almost certainly as scared as you or me, but he might have just been broken by all this stuff. He might have just lost everything. He might not want to live in a world like that, and that might have really done him. And so, he just went with it. That would be my first guess, but it's hard to say, isn't it? And not really something you can ask. Have you spoke to him, Dr. Jimmy, or is that just a guess? I don't mean that in a cuntish way. I'm asking you. And hello, by the way. Oh, okay. He left a voice message in the lifeboat about going to Brighton to protest. Okay. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. That is good stuff. I mean, he can be a bit temperamental, can't we all? Hello, IR. Shock comes from unexpected events, rarely self-inflicted ones. There you go. Hello, Little Red. How are you? Nice to see you. Well, fuck me, Ian. I burn my hand on the stove and I'm crying. Right, Mouse Cat, thanks for that 10-bit. Machano a Caprucci Titato. Right, what have I got for you? This is interesting. There was a black fella that was used in the Biden campaign video. Now, it's a long old video. We won't watch all of it. But when Biden done his campaign video, this fella, you know, quick, get a BAME in, get a couple of BAMEs in. And he went, I'm voting for Toe Biden. And, oh no, he's not happy now. He's not happy. This is from the Next News Network, who you should subscribe to. They've been going about 9 years, and they trundled along with about 1,000 subs for 5 of those, and then suddenly went boom, and they put out good quality news all day, every day. The Next News Network. You'll occasionally see, what's his name, Thingy Bob from Blaze TV turn up on there. So we are, listen to what this fella says. And now, the reason this is important, now, you don't need to prepare yourself. He's not going to go crazy. This isn't like, whoa, let's make memes. But this is the normies wanting their lives back. This man stands for the normies, the 80 million of them, of course. Totally legit, of course. No, I mean that. I have to say that. You know, they want their lives back. This isn't what they were promised. This isn't what they thought would happen. So we'll have it with audio because check it out from the Next News Network. And remember the fella was in the Biden campaign video. An audio check would be handy. Let's go.
What do I not like about the Biden administration? Well, day one, Biden turned Title VII and Title IX inside out. If you want to know why you have Leah Thomas, that man swimming in competing against women in swimming competitions, that's why. Gender identity. If I had known Biden was this much of a genderist, there's no way I would have voted for that man. No way. I am upset about the Afghanistan withdrawal. The video of refugees dropping from C-117s to their deaths will haunt this presidency and will haunt this country for decades to come. I don't like critical race theory. Critical race theory is a Trojan horse that has a lot of darker elements hiding inside, like the diversity, equity, and inclusion movement. I don't like the idea of kids, black kids, white kids, whatever, separated by race and then made to feel like one group is oppressed and the other group is not. I don't like where we are now with COVID. Masks don't work. CDC said so in May of 2020. Omicron is a weak variant. Everyone knows that. And you're still trying to enforce this kind of stuff on people? Why? Who's benefiting from this?
It's incredible
and he goes on for about another 3 minutes. I'm going to put some lights on. And it's quite an interesting rant, really, because he kind of just tells you, oh, too blue for me, too blue for you. Let me sort that out. It'll only take a couple of seconds and I'll get the show started. Someone just turned up, wanted to say hello to. Hello to me. Good to see you, son. What am I doing? Hello? What day is it? Hi, have you got any of those round ones? All right, let's try this. If I just go, yeah. But as the sun goes down, which it will in about 5 minutes, it will look like I'm in some kind of, I don't know, Chernobyl situation. Right. So here's what I wanted to tell you about the Will Self video that I saw. Right? Maybe I should make a whole video about it. I will make a video about it. I'm not going to show it to you now. But he's on this thing. It's this globalist kind of organization, and they get him on to talk. and he talks. And I know Will's self, and I know a lot of his views. And he goes on to say that it doesn't work, it's not working. And there's a really interesting bit where he starts saying that if we really had our culture left, if there was really still an English culture, he could probably see himself being, he doesn't actually say nationalist, but that's what's implied. And I will use the clips in the video so you'll see it. And then he says something really interesting where he says the reason that nationalists, again, he doesn't use the word, but it's implied, are going on about things like bloodlines and ethnicity, not because there's been a resurgence of British or English culture, but quite the opposite. And I think that's a really interesting point. And he talks about all the things I've said about culture and exclusion and how it actually functions. And he says, I don't really want to paraphrase him, but I will make the video because it's interesting. He says that the reason that the English don't have a culture, he says, you get a bit of Morris dancing over here, you get a bit of this over there. He says it's not because we've brought people in. He says it's because we stopped doing it. And I think that needs to be considered. He just said, you can't just sort of wave a flag now and again. That's not how you do culture. You have to do it. And I have said to you countless times about Cambodia, where they do culture. There's a festival every other week here. The Festival of the Ancients I told you about. And then there'll be Pachon Bun. And then there's the bloke that eats the moon. And they do it, and everyone's involved, and the music's involved, and it's all very, very traditional. When we done the feeding of the monks ceremony, and it was just, that's why they've got a culture, and that's why they understand the value of it, and that's why it's exclusive. But I'm not giving. It's unfair of me to give you a very scant version of his argument. It's kind of like straw manning, really, isn't it? But it caught me off guard. I was actually listening to it thinking, yeah, me and you might have to have a chat about this. But it caught me out. It was actually very interesting. And he says, he says he doesn't believe it works. He says, because you've got people with different values and you're trying to put them all together. And how's that going to work? And it's interesting because the person on the other end thought, oh, no, we didn't want you to go down this road. But they actually got their truth. It's very interesting. That's interesting, Pags. I think that health and safety was one. I think there is an element of it excludes others. But, we post-war England, there was other things to think about, but I live in a country where they do culture, where they have their culture. That's an amazing point as well. Yeah. And and Will Self says, if I could go out and do some Morris dancing tomorrow, I would. But when we see Morris dancers, we don't think, oh, look, there's good old English culture. We think, oh, there's something from the past. This is a little bit of entertainment from the past. Sure, you can watch it and say, no, this is a rich part of our tradition. But do you know anything else about it? Do you know what that tradition is? Sure, you've got the Berry Pomeroy stuff. Sure, you've got the tar thing. But, you can literally count them on two hands. But I'll make an actual video because it's not fair me giving someone else's words that he didn't give. But it was interesting. It was interesting. Right, this is it. This is good. It's your friend of mine, Odin's Men. For those of you who don't know, this is Jameson's Travels other channel. He's a military man, and his Jameson's Travel channel is all about the military, but this one is all about wokeism, TikTok, and all that stuff. It's a 12-minute video, but I'll give you a couple of minutes, enough for you to have a little laugh. Have a little laugh at a couple of things that deserve to be laughed at. That's what I'll say, because it's always nice to see a whoopee.
Isn't about race.
No,
It's not about race. No, it's about
a different race.
But it's not about race.
When deconstructing the culture costs you your job, good work, Whoopi.
It's not about
What
race.
is it about?
Because
Oh, we have exemptions.
No, you don't. Everyone has to wear a mask in the building. I have one for each of you.
Ma'am, do you mind?
Take a gander at how the librarian is holding the mask. She brought the barbecue tongs from home. It's the science.
I am the science.
Virginia Baker, because I've emailed about this. Do you mind calling the county administrator?
If you step in the lobby, I'll get my supervisor, okay?
I actually have an email out to the county administrator. He has a medical condition.
Does anybody remember the ESPN, the highlight show, right? Where they cover all the plays in less than 60 seconds.
Is that woman dishing out the masks with the fucking barbecue tongs? You know, she's also got gloves on. Imagine living in that much fear. I know I've had a different experience of the Coof to a lot of you watching, but I just couldn't live in that much fear. What? Stop it. Stop it. Now, actually, I have to say this, and it's a shame. Rags sent me a video. I've got to be really careful here. Right. So I need you to use your brains a little bit. It was about a country that I can't really discuss. All right. That's all you need. You know what you know. I'm sure you can fill in the blanks. And it was a bloke who was sent to a Coof, a place for people with Coof to isolate them. And it's this huge, actually, I reckon I can get away with showing you a bit of it. Now I've said that much. It's like a football stadium, right? With all these sort of beds, and they're all sort of separated from each other. And hang on, where is it? Oh, balls. How am I meant to find this? Oh, yeah, I've got it. Right, hang on, it's from Carl Vernon. Right. So I'm going to show you a bit of it. I'll have to drop out Odin's stuff for a second. I hope you can't see the screen at the moment. I'm in big trouble. Right, I've had to fast forward it a bit. So this fella's in quarantine, okay? That's all I'm going to say. Check this out. And you know what I've said. You've heard what I've said.
Social media post. So it's obviously proven to be a bit of an impact. And as well, they actually started to clean today for the first time since this whole thing is set up. So I say somebody big is probably want to go.
Right. So it's in a sports field, like I said. It's in a like a football pitch size, basically. Look at it. Look at it.
I can prove to you what it's actually like.
Oh no, you fucking. So yeah, there you go. It's not a lot going on there. Balls. It is certainly not too busy. Here, back to Odin's Men. Check this out. Quickly. Oh, why can't I play it? Let me know you've got audio, please.
Got a good one for you. Stand by.
Neurodivergent noun self pronouns. Neurodivergent noun self pronouns. Animal noun self pronouns.
New pronouns.
So gender dysphoria.
Gender euphoria.
I describe myself as agender.
What is androsexual? Gender queer person.
Homosexuality, bi doesn't really fit them, lesbian doesn't really fit them, pan, asexual, etc.
Asexual, demisexual, and cupiosexual.
Ultrasexual,
Ace flux.
asexuality and allosexual,
Neuroqueer.
gray sexuality,
I'm demisexual.
Dexterant is agender identity.
Now, if you think what we got here is confusing, you're not the only one. New sexualities are always coming out of the woodwork. And if you can't find yours, just wait a minute. We'll make one up for you.
That's similar to being a girl.
Let's talk about cupiosexual.
Right, let me just tell you my actual final thoughts on all this, right? There's straight, there's gay, and there's people who've got problems with their sexuality. Okay?
And cupio romantics. Let's talk about libidoist and non-libidoist asexual.
Pangender.
Non-asexual aromantic and allosexual aromantic.
Micro labels.
People with penises or people with vaginas, rather than saying male and female or men and women.
Now, this is one of my favorites. The participants at the Communist Socialist Party event.
Now, we all remember this. Lager sexual. That's called special. Now, we all remember this because we watched a lot of this when it happened, but it bears repeating. Check it.
They sit back and say, what kind of people are these young communist socialists? Well, this montage sums it up just perfect.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him.
Brian Laverne, he, him.
Hi, I am Andy P. From Los Angeles, they, them pronouns.
Thank you, Chair. Nick, he, him, his from Twin Cities.
James Jackson, Sacramento, DSA, he, him.
Hi, my name is Onlin Wang. I use he, him.
This is Chris, he, him from Cleveland.
This is Daniel Ray from Piedmont. He, him pronouns.
My name is Trey. I use they.
Based on that small collection of intellectuals, question for you fine viewers. Who wouldn't love to go to the conference and just be a fly in the wall? Watch the infightings, the pronouns, how they change. And then,
well, that was it, wasn't it? That was it. I don't know if anyone else remembers. They just kept, every time that bird tried to say something, or anyone at this, so in Mao's Little Red Book, Chairman Mao's Little Red Book, I own a copy. There's one bit under meetings, and it says, meetings should not go on for too long. Right, so it's in the Little Red Book. Meetings shall not go on for too long. And in this commie, and it was like the Young Socialists or something. Every other sentence of any of the talkers, people were going point of privilege, and then saying something like, "No, you've misgendered someone," or "How dare you ableist someone." And it totally exploded the fundamental flaw in their entire program, that you can't talk anymore. Language has rules for a reason, because then two people who have a fairly similar understanding of those rules can exchange words, and with those words carry meaning. And then you've got communication. If you fuck around with those rules, like the closed linguistic group that is pronouns, it's over. And they were there for like 5 hours. Nothing got said. It was the meme of the moment. It was fucking brilliant. I mean, the look on her face on that first clip, not that one now, but just that look of horror where she just realized, what the fuck have I become? What is that bloke doing behind her? Is he operating her? Has he got his hand up her ass or something?
And for this poor lady here, shim, her, whatever, she has to deal with it. It's like herding cats.
Hi, I'm Nadine, a sex educator.
And I'm Eva, a sex researcher.
I use the pronouns she and her because I'm a woman.
Because that would be the normal pronouns for a female, a woman, a girl.
And when I was your age, I used to be a girl.
Gender is how you feel on the inside about whether you're a boy or a girl, a man or a woman. If you're non-binary, feel like neither or both.
Hello,
People
Glenn.
can also be fluid.
Can we just rewind that so that you can see what is being taught to our children? Just listen. And you know what? You know our IQ has been going down since the end of the 19th century. We peaked. European people peaked at the end of the 19th century around Sherlock Holmes. Well, he's a fictional character, around Conan Doyle's time. And kids are leaving school now and going to secondary school in England. That's when you're 11, with a arithmetic and reading and writing age of about 6. Can't imagine what's got in the way of basic education. I mean, just listen to this. And remember, I mean, we've all been desensitized to this bullshit. But step back from it, right? Step back. Get that critical distance back. Don't just think, oh, yeah, SJWs. Remember what's actually going on here. The communists, and this isn't hyperbole, this is what's happened. Communists have infiltrated the education system. Not just university, kindergarten, infant, primary, secondary, the lot, and the legal system, all institutions. That's why it was called the Long March through the institutions. And this is communism. And you might say, well, hang on a minute, how's that? Well, what's that got to do with the Labour theory of value, etc., etc.? Well, because it makes them stupid. It makes them malleable. It makes them expect to be told what to do. It makes them, what's the other word? Fuck me, I've forgotten it. For a start, it makes them expect big government. It makes them feel that this is how the world works. The government is in every part of your life. And then there's the entitlement. That was the word I was looking for. The entitlement to an identity. But an identity is a byproduct of behavior. That's what it's always been. No one chose an identity. You know, you didn't. In my youth, never did I encounter someone who told me their identity. They behaved, and then I could explain their identity to someone else or even to them. But now identity isn't to do with behavior. Identity has become your behavior. And what does that do? Hollows you out. It depersonalizes you. It's shocking. It turns you into a mass. It rids the individual, which is the irony of all ironies. Actually listen to what these 4, 5, 6-year-old kids are listening to. And remember what kids this age, their heads are just sponges. They will, you can get a 4-year-old and teach them 5 languages in about 3 months. I've seen the documentary, right? Because you can just teach them anything. You just give them the information, they'll hold it, and not just hold it, process it. They can actually synthesize with it. So it's not just repeat it. They can actually put things together and synthesize thoughts. Imagine coming home from a day of this, and your mum and dad are like, "Oh, hello, how did it go? What happened at school today?" I used to go home and tell my mum and dad about dinosaurs. I used to go home and tell my mum and dad about algebra. I remember the time I told them. I was well impressed. I was crap at maths. Maybe why I was so impressed with it as a young lad. You can sort of have these 2A plus 2B. This is interesting. This lot are going home and they're, have a listen and cry. Have your heart broken. If I have kids, I don't know about, I will be going to see their lessons before they do. Put it like that.
Nouns for a female, a woman, a girl.
And when I was your age, I used to be a girl.
Gender is how you feel on the inside about whether you're a boy or a girl, a man or a woman. If you're non-binary, feel like neither or both. People can also be fluid, feel more like female, more like male.
These kids have been fed the talking points. The indoctrination is going well, comrade.
Based on a different day or time. It's really individual.
Absolutely.
Everyone born with a vulva is a girl. True or false?
Or identifies as a girl. Well, not everybody is sure, and that makes sense. But
It makes absolutely no sense. Do you feel bad with the people that have gender dysphoria? However, the facts don't change.
You know, when you ask yourself why are they teaching them this, that's the question. Key bono. Who benefits from this? Not the children, not a chance. Who benefits from this? Corporations and government. People in power, people with power benefit from this because we're breeding idiots. We're breeding idiots who will believe anything. What you will not get taught anymore until this pendulum swings back, which thankfully it is critical thinking. The idea that, you know, if someone gives you a truth, that's open to debate. No, they don't get any of that. They don't get any of that. I remember a history teacher at my school. I fucking hated him as well. He hit me once and told me he was going to kill me. No shit. But even that cunt once said, when we were talking, we done a whole thing about the cholera. And even he said during that, how do we know this is true? And he put that idea into us at the end of the course. He said, how do we know this is true? And, you know, and we had to write a paper on that. Very basic stuff. It was like, well, you know, there's medical records, there's people's diaries, you know, there's historical documents and what would you call them? Well, that'll do. There's historical documents, you know, it doesn't have to be a written paper, all sorts of things. But, you know, the idea of thinking critically, it just doesn't exist in education anymore. I found that absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. Right. Toxic masculinity. Sorry, Mark, still ain't done it. You might want to write that one off. Right. There, of course. And I'm not going to, yeah. Oh, cousin Lucy. Oh, I just got a Vart. Where did that Vart come from? He's changed it again. It's a little bit more pleasant though. Smegma smear. Now then. Nice one. Nothing like coming in with a Savile. Nice one, Smega smear. Hope you're all right. European housewife says this stupidity is beginning to be seen in Cyprus. Well, I feel for you, and thankfully not here. But I honestly think the pendulum's swinging the other way. I mean, look at what's happening in America. We'll find out how far that pendulum's swinging back at the midterms, and I think it's going to be a massive party for our people. I think it's going to be massive. And by our people, I actually mean people on our political side there, not necessarily ethnicity. You know, just people who are into a little bit more sense and sensuality. Respawn, you little bugger. Nearly missed that one. I missed one of yours the other day as well, I think, but that's very kind of you. I've got something else to show you. The show is going to start in a minute, people, but while we've got 131 in here, do you like reading? I'm a writer. I've got a novel coming out soon, but in the meantime, I've got a Substack. Lumi, I've got something to tell you about that as well. I'll tell you in a minute. It's a writing platform. Link in the description. I'll never monetize it. There's 14 stories in the archive. If you sign up, you've only got to put your email in, but you can read all those without signing up, those 14 short stories. If you put your email in, I write about one new one a month. That will get emailed straight to you. Really good way of supporting the channel and not having to lose any money. So get on my Substack. They're excellent stories. Loads of scrubs have read them. They've had thousands of reads. Really, that's the numbers. Lumi, just quickly, do you know I told you I signed up? Sorry, everyone else. I did mention this to you, but I don't know if I mentioned it enough. Lumi, I signed up to that Substack Go thing. Do you remember I told you they put me in that little group and we were going to talk about Tolstoy, and I just dropped it out. But in the hour leading up to that Substack Go thing, I got 10 new, about 12 actually, new subscribers, and I reckon it was all the other people in that group thinking, oh, I better sign up to everyone else who's in the group. I didn't even go to it. A sneaky little, cheeky little getting hold of some new subscribers. So yeah, it was weird. I wonder if they'll unsubscribe. What the fuck did they put me in a group talking about fucking Tolstoy for? No, yeah. I got about 4 pages in and went, hardly a Patong Pekingese. Anyway, before we move on, before the show starts, please do sign up for that, by the way. You'll love it. They're great stories. Some of them, one of them's like 900 words long. One of them's 10,000 words long. And really autobiographical stories as well. They're not, it's not fiction as such. Thank you, Respawn, for that Lady Godiva. Respawn says, enjoying the stream. Lovely. Keep it simple. Keep it sweet. A Prasha cookie. Where's old Loomy? What did he say? I'm sure he said something about it just then. Yeah, worked out a treat. All of them. Well, I think the group was about 20 people, and I think it was 12 new sign-ups in the hour leading up to the Substack Go. I'm worried I might get in trouble, though, now. Why didn't you turn up to the thing you signed up to? Oh, my God. I don't even want to say those 3 letters. It draws attention to me. Are they really? Are they really? Because the CEO of Substack was on CNN, and the bloke said to him, because, right, for people who don't know, Substack is massive. You might not have heard of it, apart from me, but it's huge. Because loads of journalists who've been working at New York Times, Guardian, Telegraph, who've had woke sub-editors and whatever, telling them what to write about and lie and be activists rather than journalists, I thought, hang on a minute, I've got a massive audience, get on Substack, monetize it, $5 a month, which is less than people pay for those newspapers, and they're making hundreds of thousands a month with no one yapping, and they've gone back to doing journalism. Substack doesn't make its money selling advertising, so they haven't got to keep anyone happy. There's no censorship on there. If it's illegal, you can't have it on there. That's where they draw their line. And on CNN, the bloke said to him, I think it was, said to him, yeah, but what about people saying misinformation and the wrong thing? And the CEO of Substack said, I think it's important that people have the ability to say untrue things and say things that are wrong. Actually, I think those people should especially have a place to express what they think, because we need to get that stuff out there. And it was like, whoa, and the CNN man was like going, no, cannot compute. So Substack is awesome. And it's not just writers like me, it's not just literary stuff. There's a really good one. I can't remember the name, but there's like 10 lawyers, and they analyze cases and they, not just famous popular cases in the news, but interesting ones that they've worked on. And, Substack's awesome. So get onto mine and work your way around from there, but start at mine. But that, John, doesn't surprise me. Inevitably they were going to come for it. But what are they going to do? What are they going to do? You're going to be hard pressed shutting up people on there. They haven't got any advertisers to keep happy. Now, what will happen? Of course, it will be the old what's her name effect. The ADLs. Damn, I said it. They'll start saying things about Substack. Millions of people will go over there. Sorts me out a treat. Nice one, Respawn, for that donation. Machano Capricia Tattoo. The grift has been pretty good today, I have to say. Actually, adding it all up, it's been fucking atrocious. It's been good. Thank you. Right. So, a bit of toxic masculinity, right? Check this out. This is the 2022 Lancaster Archery Classic, right? It's a big deal in the annual archery calendar. Now, those of you who don't know, our man Rags is a champion, a Northern Irish archery champion, which is excellent to have on the firm. Hello? No, Robert's in trouble in London. Yeah, can you send Rags down? Tell him to bring his bows. Check out his performance in this clip. He's 14, not Rags. Geezer called Bodie Turner. He's 14 years old, right? Check it. Let me know you've got audio.
All right, here we go. Last end.
Oh, by the way, he's competing against adults. This isn't like a teenage one.
Bodie Turner, 14 years old. 3 arrows away from 660. Here's his first arrow. And there's a crowd around him now. So it's everybody's watching. Everybody knows. First arrow is dead center.
Absolute bullseye, right? 14. Hello, Eldritch.
That top arrow is the one that had been giving him some trouble, if you can say that.
Second shot.
These next two, he had been putting pretty much inside out. Second arrow looks good. All right, here we go. Last arrow. Get ready. This place is going to go nuts. If he hits this last arrow, he's taking his time. Last arrow, 60th arrow. 59 of them have been in the 11. Oh, let down. Oh. I have not seen him let down the entire time we've been here.
That was his last one, and he dropped it. Oh,
okay.
Take a few
Getting
breaths, son.
Composure. I'm sure he feels it because I can tell you there's a big crowd. Everybody's watching. We all want to see him do it.
If you don't realize by now, this is a perfect score if he gets this one. If he gets this one in, this is a perfect score on 60 fucking arrows.
There it is.
Absolutely amazing.
Put it up. 660. 14 years old.
I've got a massive smile. Imagine 60 arrows. And he bullseyed the lot of them. He ain't sitting at school listening to all that nonsense, is he? Well done, son. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Right, we'll move on to some memes briefly. The show will start shortly, people. Yeah, it was quite wonderful, wasn't it? I think they needed a better close-up on the targets. You know, you can't, even on my big screen here, that one, you can't see the girlfriends on the blow-up. Hello, my love. Oh, you're not saying anything, are you? You know I'm making a YouTube video.
You eat rice with me?
Yeah, I'll eat yours later, yeah. What, rice and chicken? Same as before? Lovely. All right, about 8:30.
1 hour?
No, that's 7:30. No, 2 hours. Darling, I've got to do some work.
Work home yet?
No, because then I've got to bring my computer and 2 monitors. I've got to make a video for someone. Listen, it might be 8 o'clock. I'll try and get there sooner, but I'm saying 7:30. 8:30. Okay. See you later. Love you. Bye. Fucking wicked. Her chicken and rice is fucking wicked. Yes. Sorry, what was happening? Hello. She was a bit shy then. Right. she had fake eyelashes put in, but she, instead of the usual ones that were on a strip, she had them where they put each individual eyelash on. It took about 4 hours to do both her eyes. They look amazing. They look absolutely beautiful. Well, not just them, you know. Her face behind them helps. But, you know. Right, yeah, not because I won't be there for 2 hours, because she's hungry. Nice to see you, Westo. Anyway, no Fed fine tonight, no. Also, the internet she calls Fi-Fi, which I don't think there's a W in their language. There's not a th and there's not a ch. I told her if we have a kid, I want to call him or her Blaze. And she can't say it. She says, Blaze. I go, no, Blaze. And she goes, Blaze. Nearly. Try again. She goes, Blaze. I said, why don't you stick with Blay? She said, yeah. And then she said, no baby there. And I was like, firing blanks. Right, listen to Project Veritas. Check it out, Project Veritas. It speaks for itself. Whistleblower action. Here we go.
Hi, Desiree speaking.
Hi, Desiree. It's Victoria. I just want to go over everything again.
Your code has come up as ineligible. So when you do your fingerprinting, that is all we've got in writing.
So I can't work in a school?
Yeah, they said you have to be pulled from active and put into inactive.
And this is what is the reason behind this?
We don't get any info on that. But what I do know is that when Right Sourcing was told to pull you, then they got word that there was some videotaping going on, which is against privacy. Now, when we got the word to pull you, not say why, but I am assuming that that's the reason, because the two things happen so close to each other. But when you're pulled, it does not say why. It just says, and it's something that happens with a little bit of frequency. We suddenly get a thing saying that someone has to be pulled due to ineligibility and text.
So I need to speak to somebody in regards to this, because I did not record students. This was not done to intentionally cause any harm. I don't want you guys to think that this was done while I was in school working for your agency, because it was not. I have another per diem job. It was medical negligence that I reported. And as a nurse in New York, I have the right to whistleblow.
Yeah, but it sounds like a bigger thing.
Desiree, do you know what was happening? They were administering the wrong vaccine to children. Okay, so I reported it to the agency I was working for, and they did nothing. And it was on DOE grounds and in the van, the vaccine van. Do you think that's okay? For them to administer a wrong vaccine to children and nobody cares, and all the employees are saying it? This is my career. These are little kids that we're talking about here. Shame on the DOE. They want to release me. Shame on them.
I'm sorry you've been put in this position. That it does.
Well, I knew I was putting myself in a very sticky situation, but somebody had to do it.
Now, I looked into it and it feels like, no, she's done. She can't work anymore. She was a child nurse. So she was with an agency, and when schools need a nurse, not like emergency nurse, just to have on the premises, she can't do that now because she whistle blew on another, not even connected to schools, like a Volkswagen van that was giving kids the wrong jab, and she got footage of it. She told the people who run that van, and they went, "No, we don't care." And now she can't work. Nice. Hoops are great. You're new around here. Zulu Fi, you're over on Twitch. Oh, look. Wait, look, there's a table on the ceiling as well. Fucking hell. It's amazing, isn't it? Amazing. I share accents with someone. So the show's going to start in a minute, people. Don't forget that Rack Paul is this weekend almost certainly, and so is Jeffrey Sharla. We've got some memes now. But Jeff Sharla is going to be debunking psychiatry to the absolute max. And Rackpool, well, who knows what Rackpool's going to talk about. But I am going to try and dig a bit deeper into the lieutenants and the firmage and his job. He said he was available at weekends, so maybe crime stops at the weekends. Who knows? There you go, Westo. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Right. Look, John's done. Look what John's done. That. Right. Let's have a look at these. I should get a psychiatry bunker in for balance. Not your best, Grego. Yeah, it'll be excellent. I mean, did you see the one on addiction being a choice? And he's just lovely. He's just a lovely bloke. So I'm glad you're looking forward to that, Chrissy. Me too. It's been amazing because when I was duty doesn't call on weekends, as did the legendary Dr. Rackpool. So I'm just doing it as it goes. I might call him on that one though if you want, Honey Monster. See you later, dual citizen. Take care, mate. There you go. Trump got impeached on lies. Yeah, these clowns. Yeah. I can't read that out, but I'll put it on the screen. Yep. I went to over 20 rehabs in my long and illustrious rehab career. And I was sick to death of being told I had a disease. And when you're like 24 and your mother's crying herself to sleep every night, and you're in this institution and it's all you can, you're at the end of the line. You've fallen through every filter. You are now in rehab, which is like a psych ward. The NHS ones, they're horrible, nasty places. The staff hate you. Not all of them, but about every single one I went to except for one. True. And that one I paid for. Wow. What was I saying that for? Oh, yeah. They're telling me this disease thing. And I'm like, no, I haven't got a disease. I choose to take drugs. And like, well, why can't you stop then? I said, well, I can stop. They're like, no, you can't. Listen to this conversation that actually happened. Listen to this. In the middle of a group, I went, stop a minute. I said, I haven't got a disease of addiction. I choose to take drugs. And the therapist said to me, well, why can't you stop then? I said, well, what am I doing here? And she just sort of went silent. I said, you're gonna get me clean, right? She said, yeah. She said, if you want to. I said, right. So I can stop, yeah? And you just told me I couldn't stop. But now you're telling me you are going to get me to stop. So what? Does that disease just disappear? How are you going to treat the disease? So, and I got chucked out of rehabs for these kinds of conversations. I got pulled aside. And told you're disruptive. I said, oh, I'm sorry about asking questions about my fucking future. Yeah, too disruptive. And imagine getting home to your mother who this time thought I was going to reclaim my future. And going, when I tell my mum I got chucked out being too disruptive, she thought I was throwing stuff around and all that. I said, no, I just said to them I haven't got a disease. The whole rehab thing is a contradiction. Why did you go to rehab? Well, because you can't stop using drugs. Well, if I can't stop using drugs, what's the rehab going to do? So when someone said to me, and it was at a rehab center, and it was a proper good snide move by one of the younger therapists, he said to me, listen, he said, when you leave here, which I'm guessing is going to be in about 2 days max. I'd only been there a day, and he said that. He said, go and find a book by a bloke called Jeffrey Sharla. It's called Addiction is a Choice. He said, I think you'll get a lot out of it. And I lapped it up. And it was like, thank God for that gift. It just put it all into perspective, because not only in that book does he explain that addiction is behavioral, And don't get me wrong, it's a fucking bad choice most of the time. And I do, withdrawing from, I do believe in a physical addiction in the sort of superficial sense that when you take it away, you're going to fucking hurt. And that hurt might be a bit too much to handle without some help. Okay? That ain't a disease. It's not a disease. And how comes in the same rehab they're treating people with eating disorders, which is considered an addiction? How comes in the same treatment center they're treating gamblers, which is considered an addiction? Oh, here's my addiction. I'm going to go to the casino because... Okay. So that book changed my life. And then to actually meet Jeff Sharla, and after he came on, we've kept in contact. He's like a hero of mine. And so he's coming on, but he's not going to be talking about addiction. He's going to be talking about the bigger picture of mental illness, which addiction apparently is. There's no such thing as addiction. He's going to be talking about psychiatry, and it will just be bombs. And I know that there's a lot of people here who have been around addiction and who have been around mental health. And when you hear Jeff Sharla talk about it all, and Pags has just said two amazing things. I saw Pags, he wrote this. I worked in a rehab center in Amsterdam, and then a bit further down, he says, ka-ching, oh yeah. All right, listen to this, right? A benzo withdrawal should take you about 5 months. You can taper off of benzos quite easily over 5 months. Do you know how long you get in a rehab center? 3 weeks. And it's hell. Same with heroin. If you taper off of heroin over a year, you barely feel it. How long do you get in a rehab center? 5 weeks. And it's hell. It's absolute hell. But they want you in and they want you out. Give us your money and fuck off. A little bit bitter. I'm a little bit bitter. Hello, Diamonds Are Forever. Nice to see you. Hello, Emma G. Didn't know you were here. Right, let's have a look at some memes. Don't forget to sign up for my Substack. Usually my phone goes wild with subscriptions. Maybe you've already... Oh, I've got a message to leave LinkedIn Premium tomorrow. LinkedIn, yeah? They offer me a free trial for 2 months. Every 3 months, right? So I always go, yeah, all right. I have it for 2 months. Get out before I get charged. Have a month on standard LinkedIn. And then they write to me. This has been happening like clockwork for the last 6 years. Then they write to me and go, do you want a try of LinkedIn Premium? And I go, yeah, all right. So I'm getting like eight, what is it? Let's work it out. I'm here of LinkedIn Premium for free. Do they expect me at one point one day to just forget? I have it on my calendar to remind me. Get off LinkedIn Premium or they're going to charge you. Yes. Well done, though. Absolute agony. One of the worst. Without a doubt. Well done, though. Incredible work. Right, where am I going now? Memery. We haven't got loads, but we've got some crackers here. Memes are the new stand-up comedy because stand-up comedy no longer exists in any meaningful way. No, but really, Diamonds, you done that's an incredible thing you've done. Most people don't. Most people can't. Diamonds Are Forever, a friend of mine was in rehab coming off of benzos. He rung up the old bill, the police, 999, told him where he was and said, I've put my 4-year-old in the washing machine and he's spinning round. Police came down, ambulance come down. No, his children were about 100 miles away with their mother. He was just walking around the house naked. That was like 3 months in. Anyway, well done. Congratulations. Amazing that you've done that. So there we go. Yes, there are some cracking Trudeau memes, some of which we've got. Let's have a look at this one. Brilliant work. Brilliant work. Brilliant work. Well done. Well done, Edward Russ. Oh, I think it's Edward Russell. Good work, son. Good work. Just in case you can't read it here. Yeah. Right. Okay. Moving on swiftly. Again, special thanks to Rags for the memes and the clips. Not all of them, but a lot of them. That's brilliant. Love them. Salty cracker. Make memes. Make them cry with memes, then make memes of them crying. That's the fella. What's his name? I can't remember his name. That's the fella. That's the Democrat that didn't. What's his name? He didn't let it go. Look at him on the old up yours as well. The good old English up yours as well. Oh, hello, Matt. I didn't know you were here, mate. Yeah. That swastika is a blatant false flag. Like the left have set that up. Absolute rubbish. Yes, I think it is Manchin. Exactly that. Nice one, Matt. Yeah, it's Manchin. It's amazing. They only needed him to sign it. And he said, no. He said, I can't go back to my people. I think it's West Virginia, isn't it, his state? Manchin. What's this interesting conversation going on between Emma and Diamonds Are Forever? I'm interested. Fuck Salvia, man. Salvia's the awful stuff. Oh my days, Salvia. Leave that. Oh. It's kind of harmless, but it ain't pleasant. Come on. Big Mike, best meme ever. Still rinsing it. Yeah, I'm with you. It's just not pleasant, is it? I mean, it works. You know, you're in a different world, but it ain't a world you want to be in. You absolutely have got to love memes. Salvia is like DMT, only rapey and unfun. It's disgusting stuff. It just makes you feel like you're wet. Right, I think that's all work stuff down there. Oh, this could be embarrassing. Yeah, that's work stuff. Right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it would appear the show's about to end. The grift has been fair to middling, but feel free to throw a couple of quid at me as we play out with a bit of bally G. I won't be streaming later. As you know, I'm going over the missus. I might not stay there, though. I might come back here about 1 a.m. or something. And if I do, I might stream. It's either that or the novel. I don't know. But I will certainly be streaming tomorrow morning. Get on my Substack, will you? If you enjoyed this scream and you haven't it has been a scream, and you haven't subscribed, maybe subscribe. Everyone's subscribed. I don't even know why I said that. I've had fun. I hope you've had fun. Here's a bit of bally G, and I'll be putting your messages on the screen. I'll see you tomorrow. There's a very slim chance I'll see you later, but it's very slim. Ta-da! Yes, it's Salvia Divinorum, the diviner's sage. But it's not the normal sage. That's Salvia originalis. Don't get them confused on your pizza, eh, Baz?
Everyone knows I'm gonna be the first man down. All my friends are sick of having me around. Nobody wants to give a buddy one last break. Can't go on of taking all a man can take. Life is a curse, it only gets worse, and the world don't watch you drown. Maybe my mind will fail to ever find the point. I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
See you later, MSM.
Gonna make my grave.
See you later, CNN.
Underneath the wave.
Thank you very much, Packer.
I'm going deep, deep
Machano,
down
Tutu.
underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed.
I'd add Datura to that list, Ian. First and last time I've done Datura, I don't know what happened for 10 hours and I woke up covered in blood. Not mine. Nice one, Raven. Love is having it. Thank you, mate. See you later, love. Well done on that. Never forget where you come from. You won't go back there.
Justify the mess I'm in.
Yeah, it's fucking unpleasant, man. Hello, Chair.
People get sad, but at least they have a call. Struggle to feel.
Thanks to Rags for looking after the place and the clips and the memes and Steve Gray.
Deep, deep down underwater.
See you later, MSN.
Make my grave.
See you later, BBC.
Underneath the waves.
See you later, MSNBC.
Going deep, deep down underwater.
Yes, but both hideous.
Gonna lay my head.
Just not for me. Hello, Martha. Here we go. I'm a bit worried I haven't seen, or we haven't seen Cheryl Peters in ages. See you later, CNN. And have I said hello to you, Rathchild, and the truth will set you free? Have I said hello to you? Hello to you both. No, really, some days without Rags, there'd be nothing. There'd be no memes, no clips, nothing. Literally nothing.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
See you later, MSNBC. Hello, Linda Hunter.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave.
I like Sage. See you later, Reuters. See you later, Associated Press. See you later, Anglo. Yeah, go on. All right, I'll do it especially for you, Rags. Get on my Substack. If you haven't by now, that's just rude. The amount of effort I put into this malarkey. Now go on, piss off down your own end, or you get some of that. You feel the wrath on my back of my hand, or a little cheeky tickle under the chin, more likely. Hoita!